everybody, how's it going? This is Pete Leong here again. Now I wanted to do an updated what's in my camera bag type video for you today. Some of you have been asking for a new updated version, as I haven't done one for a few years now. You may have seen in the past I did one with a Nikon set a few years ago and then a Canon set that I use, but I've also got some new gear, so I thought I'd show you what I use these days when I'm out and about on wedding shoots and location family shoots and things like that. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. This is the bag I use every day pretty much, and it travels around the world with me and I absolutely love it. It's the Think Tank Airport Takeoff, and it's great because apart from holding all my gear nicely, it also has an extendable handle here so I can just pull it along with me. Or if I'm going a little bit off-road over some terrain, I can unzip the back, just fold this part down here, and then pull out these backpack straps. Super simple and nice and fast to pack it up again when I'm back on flat ground. So I'm just going to zip this up and we'll open it up and take a look what's inside. Coming around to the front now. Let's open her up. And of course I always travel with two camera bodies, so in case one stops working, you just never know, and you can't tell your clients that sorry, we can't shoot today, my camera's not working or whatever reason. And the other reason is you want to sometimes shoot quickly from a close-up shot to a wide angle shot. So during a wedding ceremony there's no time to switch out lenses, so it's always good to have a long lens on one and a wider lens on the other. So these are the two bodies that I mainly use when I'm out shooting. It's the Canon 1D Mark IV and this one here as well, which looks a fair bit different right now because I've got a little camera protection on this one. This is the Canon 5D Mark III. Now both of these, you may notice, are equipped with spider holster plates on the bottom, and these will clip into my spider belt, which goes down on the side. You'll notice I don't use any camera straps. I absolutely love the spider holster, and it just pops in like so. This one here is designed to go on my left side right here. So it's kind of like a gunslinger type style, but they're super fantastic. You've probably seen, if you've seen my other videos, me talking about this before. Check out those videos and get yourself a spider holster if you don't have one already. On these cameras, I will usually shoot one wide, one tight, like I just said. So on the 1D Mark IV right now, I have the pretty new Canon 16-35 f4L lens with image stabilization. So that's nice to get a good wide field of view. And I can zoom in a little bit to 35 for some medium telephoto portrait type stuff. So absolutely love this lens, very sharp and very reliable. On the other body right now, I have your general standard zoom, a 24-70. This one's an f4L IS lens from Canon, also quite a new lens. Another reason I love this one is that it has a macro mode on the side here, which allows me to quickly set into macro mode, come in and get some detail shots at weddings, like a close-up shot of rings and things like that. I don't usually use this one too much on location because I like to shoot either pretty wide or really close up. When I'm doing my general portraits, I like to use a prime lens, and that's where my Sigma 35mm f1.4 Art Series lens comes in. This is a pretty new addition to my kit, and it's quickly become one of my favorite lenses. I prefer this over the 50mm just because it gives me a slightly wider view, so I can use it for family portraits, and in some spaces I don't have too much distance to work with, so it gives me just a little bit more angle, and it still gives me beautiful out of focus backgrounds. And f1.4 is great for low light shooting and beautiful bokeh in the background. So I really love this lens. I actually sold my 50mm 1.2 Canon L lens, and I bought this one, and I noticed this lens has sharper images, less chromatic aberration, and it's just a joy to use. Absolutely love this one. No photography bag is complete without a zoom telephoto lens, and this is the workhorse for many professional photographers. It's the Canon 70-200 f2.8 LIS lens. Now I've used this one for quite a few years now, so it's taken quite a bit of a beating, but it's still super sharp, focuses extremely fast, and it's just a great lens for getting in tight portrait type shots. Absolutely couldn't live without it. Also in my bag, you'll find my strobes that I use on location. Now if I'm really working with bright sunlight, sometimes I'll bring out a ProPhoto B1 bigger flash, but most of the time I like to travel light and I'm working with speed lights. So I like to use the Cactus RF60 flashes. Two of those, of course, once again, you've got to have backup in case one fails. But sometimes I also like to use two flashes, maybe have one at the front as my main light, and then I'll position one behind my couple as a rim light to separate them from a darker background. Always having extra batteries and redundancy in case one fails or something goes wrong. There we are, there's two flashes there. And then of course we need something to trigger those flashes. So I have two Cactus V6 triggers, which are right here. And I've been using these for a little while now. Cactus are nice enough to supply me with this gear, and I absolutely love it. If you followed my previous videos, you may have seen I was using Leong New Oil flashes in the past, which are also fantastic, but these Cactus V6 triggers, in my opinion, can't be beat. The ease of use is just amazing. With this dial on the back here, I'm very easily able to power up or power down my flashes and control a whole bunch of them all at once from my camera without having to go out to adjust each flash. So these are fantastic. Again, you want to have backups, so I've always got two of these, each with a fresh set of batteries ready to go. Under there, always got to have your lens cleaning cloths. You never know when your lenses are going to get dirty, especially at the beach or if it starts raining a little bit. You've got to make sure your filters or the front of your lenses are nice and clean. Now speaking of filters, I always carry around a filter wallet here, and I usually keep about 5 or 6 different filters in there. I may not use all of them, but they're there just in case. So the ones I do normally use are my polarizer filter, which is right here. So I've talked about polarizer filters in the past. Basically, this is used to cut down on reflections, and it really helps to bring out the blues in the sky and cut reflections on the ocean, so you get really nice, beautiful colors. So that's a must-have filter in my opinion. Another one is ND filters. Now I have a few of these ranging in different strengths. So from really dark to not too dark. So these are basically like sunglasses for your camera. They allow you to make everything darker so that you can open up your aperture or make your shutter speed longer. They can be used for all sorts of different effects. Now, I do have also this little fellow here, which is an adapter to allow me to fit my 77mm filters to a 67mm lens thread. The reason for that is my 35mm Sigma lens here doesn't have the same size filter mount as all my other Canon lenses. So rather than go out and buy a whole set of new filters for my smaller Sigma lens, I just buy this $5 adapter here, and I'm able to just attach my 77mm filters onto this and then pop them onto my Sigma. Okay, also in my bag, I always keep plenty of backup memory cards just in case. So I have a little Think Tank memory card holder here, which just keeps extra cards, CF, and then a couple of SD cards, because I always like to have backup cards running in both cameras. As you'll see here, both my Canon 1D and my 5D Mark III both have slots for a CF and SD card, so it's always nice, and I feel a lot safer having data recording to both of those cards, just in case one card gets corrupted or I forget to copy it to the computer after. You know, you get pretty tired after a shoot, things can go wrong, so it's nice to have backups. Moving up to the top section of the bag now, I just keep a few little extra bits and pieces. A small flashlight up here for when I'm working at night time, a whole bunch of extra batteries, plenty of business cards to hand out because you never know. People are always asking for your contact details and they want to get in touch. So it's always nice to have a few of those on hand. And then a few extra little wet cloths for cleaning the lens as well. Pens, other little clips and things. You just never know when they're going to come in handy. So that all fits in there. And that's my general kit that comes with me pretty much every day. Apart from that, the only other things I generally take is some kind of light stand or a boomstick like this, which will allow me to mount a flash in the top. Now this adapter is also made by Cactus and I'm absolutely loving this as well. You just pop your flash in like so, and now I'm able to extend my stick and I can manage this by myself just fine, and that will extend out quite far. Now usually I'll have an assistant hold this for me, but in a pinch I'm still able to hold this. It's quite light by myself while I'm shooting with this hand here. So I'll either use this boomstick or a regular light stand and put this on top of there. Now if I want to get softer light even still, I've got my little portable fold out softbox here. Also from Cactus, this is the CB60. And this just folds out like so. Again, super fast and simple to set up. And then I'll just attach this to the softbox here. And now you've got a super mobile studio quality light here, ready to give you nice, simple, nice light. And is still able to hold it with one hand while I'm shooting the other. Although of course it's preferable if I have an assistant along to have them hold this for me, and then I can get some cool creative lighting. But there it is. That's my general kit I'm walking around with. It's relatively light. I can carry it on my back, travel with it on airplanes, and it gets the job done for me. Occasionally, of course, I take some specialized equipment along, like longer lenses or underwater gear, housings and things like that. But for weddings, family shoots, all of that, this is the perfect kit for me. So that's about it for now. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the section below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. Alright, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.